Good morning, students. Today we are going to study the poem The Ant and the Cricket, poem number 1 of Reader. Learning outcomes of this poem is the theme of the lesson shows that hard work is the key to success. It identifies the poetic devices and infer, analyze, and evaluate the text. The main idea of the poem is this poem tells us that how a careless cricket who was busy in singing, dancing, enjoying the summers, and he was not worrying about his future. And on the other side, there was an ant who was very sincere and who was thinking about the future. The ant lived with self respect even in harsh time, while the cricket had to beg and could not survive harsh hour of winter. New words related to this poem. Accustomed to. Accustomed to means addicted to, used to. Akram. Kram means a piece. Shelter. Home. Starvation. Hunger. Quote. To quote something. Quoted. And gay. Happy. Now, the ant and the cricket. It is a fable. Fable means this poem is written in fable and it relates with animals and its characters. And this poem conveys a moral to us, to all human beings. And this poem is about an ant and the cricket. A silly young cricket accustomed to sing through the warm sunny months of gay summer and spring. There was a foolish young cricket who was accustomed to sing, used to sing when there was warmness, when there was sunny month and there was a very good weather of summer and spring. Began to complain when he found that at home his cupboard was empty. But when the winter was coming, he found that his cupboards, his almirahs, they were empty, and then he started complaining because there was nothing at his home, not a crumb to be found. Crumb means piece of food. There was not a piece of food in his house on the snow covered ground, and the ground was covered with snow. Not a flower could he see, not a leaf on a tree. There was no flower, there was no tree, there was no leaf, as it was winter and it was snow all around. Oh, what will become, says the cricket, of me? Now, cricket thought that what will happen of me? At last, by starvation and famine made bold. Starvation means hunger. Famine, he was empty stomach. It made him bold, all dripping with wet and all trembling with cold. There was everywhere wettiness, the snow was dripping, and there was cold all around. Away he set up to a miserly ant. Miser means he was that ant was not used to give money to anyone. To see if to keep him alive he would grant him shelter from rain. Now the cricket thought that ant would give and grant him shelter and a mouthful of grain. He will give him grain, food to eat, He wished only to borrow. Now, what he thought? He thought of borrowing the things from the ant. He would repay it tomorrow. There was a confidence also that he would repay the money, he would give back the money to the ant tomorrow. If not, he must die of starvation and sorrow. Why he wanted to borrow? Because if he not did this thing, he would die of starvation, of hunger, and of sorrow. Says the ant to the cricket, I am your servant and friend. Now, when he came to ant said to the cricket, the cricket, I am your servant, I am your friend. But we ants never borrow, we ants never lend. But what we do? We are so much of, we are a hard worker, we never borrow and we never give, we never lend. But tell me, dear cricket, did you lay nothing by? But cricket, you don't have anything. You don't have anything to eat. When the weather was warm, quoth the cricket, not I. So you did nothing when the weather was warm. Cricket said, quoth means said, no, not I. My heart was so light that I sang day and night. I was so happy, my heart was so light that I used to sing day and night. For all nature looked gay, but the scene was very beautiful, the warm was very, it was like very happy and it's all over. So I enjoyed the warmness of that weather. You sing, sir, you say. Now, sir, the aunt said. Now, sir, you said that you were singing. Go then, says the aunt, and dance the winter away. Now you go and dance during the winter. Thus ending, he hastily lifted the wicket. Now, what? The aunt threw that wicket, threw that cricket out of his house. Now, what this poem teaches us that we should work hard and we should never spend our time by laziness, and we should collect the money for our time, like when we are not having anything we should collect the money for our sorrowful days or when we are not having anything. Thank you.